Good evening. This is Miss James. I'm here to do part 2 for the YDI Super Bowl assignment. And today again we're talking about statistics. So tonight I hope you watched the Super Bowl. I know that I had about 40 views to for the video that I made last week. Thank you for watching. But I didn't have any comments. So like I said, once again, if you want to get the prize, and now Miss Delightful told me that you are working on going on the trip, on the end of the year trip. And so in order for you to go on the end of the year trip, you have to attend these classes. And attending these classes means that you have to do the assignments. Last week you had to do the collecting the data, and you had to do analyzing the data. And so this week you also have to do the central tendency. And if you don't remember what central tendency is, it's because we don't use that word. We don't use central tendency. So that's why we don't know what it is. But we do use mean, mode, and median. But we use average more often. So you do know what average is. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use the score we're going to use the scores per quarter. Now, I have the scores per quarter for last year. You may think, wait a minute, she has Kansas City and San Francisco. These are the scores from last year's Super Bowl, not this year's Super Bowl. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the central tendency. So, I'm going to get the mean, the mode, the median, and the range of the scores. So I'm going to get all the data. It's going to be 8 pieces of information. I'm not going to get the final scores. I'm just going to get the scores of the quarters. All right? So we have for Kansas City, the first quarter, they got 7. For San Francisco, they got 3 points. So it looks like Kansas City made a touchdown, and they made the extra point. Looks like San Francisco made a field goal. And flip side, for the second quarter, looks like Kansas City made a looks like they made a field goal for the second quarter, and San Francisco made a touchdown. Looks like at halftime they had a tie. Going inside, they both had 10 points. Well, third quarter, Kansas City Chiefs did not make any points, and the 49ers made 10 points. So it looks like at the end of the third quarter, it looks like Kansas City Chiefs were going to lose the game. But something put a fire under them, and they made 3 touchdowns at the fourth quarter, and they won the game. So what we're going to do is 49ers, that defense, Kansas City Chiefs defense must have just held them back. And Kansas City Chiefs won the game. The final score was 31-21. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do the mean, the mode, and the median. And what I'm going to do is we're going to define what is the mean is the average. The mean is the average. So you count up, you add up all of the numbers, and then you divide by how many numbers you have. So I'm not going to do it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. How I'm going to do this. So I'm going to do it with my little calculator. So because you can use your calculator, I'm going to get my little chair. So I'm going to put it on the board here. The meaning of mean. The meaning of mean is the meaning of mean is average. And it is basically add up the numbers in your data, then divide by how many. So I have 7 plus 3 plus 21 plus 3 plus 7 plus 10. So I have 10, 31, 41, 51. Okay? So I have 51 divided by 8. So I can't do 51 divided by 8 in my head. But I do know that 51 divided by, oh, I need some light. It's not giving it to me. 51 divided by 8. That's about 6 something. 6 point something. ... I don't want it like that. I want it. Let me see if it can get that light. It came on just because of the light. It came on at the light and then it didn't. 51 divided by 8 equals. It's not working for me. Okay, I know how to do this. What's wrong with me? I'm a math teacher. Okay, so that's 3. That's gonna be bring NX my 0. So that's 24. Subtract, that's 6. So that's 6.3. Okay? Alright, so that's the mean. Mode, what does mode mean? Can anybody tell me? Okay, mode means how many, the most. I always tell my students, just think about it. Mode is the number that you see that occurs the most. So, mode, M-O, most, M-O. The number that occurs the most. And I wrote that very wrong. See? Mean, average, add up the numbers, then divide by how many. Okay? Mode, the number of the term. That's what I should be saying. But I'm going to continue to use number that occurs the most. And that's how you remember it. That's how I would remember it. Because mode is another word that you don't use very often. Okay, so if we look at our data, we have 3 modes. We have 7, 3, and 0. So our mode is 7, 3, and 0. So I'll put 0, 3, and 7. And then median. Median is a number that median is the number that's in the middle. Think about median. Median is the number, think about like when you're in the middle of the road, it is the median. The middle of the road is the median, right? So the middle number is the median. However, you have to line up your digits, line up your data from least to greatest. So you have to line up. That's something that you have to do first. Line up the data from least to greatest. Then the numbers in the middle. And if there's two numbers in the middle, then you take those two numbers and you divide by 2. Because this is 8 numbers, it's going to be a number that's in the middle. Then the number or numbers in the middle. And my calculator did me no good because it's a satellite. Not a satellite, but what's that? Those kinds of calculators? Yeah.
Solar.
A solar calculator. Thank you, Kimberly. Brittany. So I got 0, 0, 3, 3, 7, 7. Just hit whatever.
Randy.
Just hit whatever. Just hit off. Okay, so I got so I do this. This is how I usually do my numbers. So this is my 8 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I got 8 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these two, what did I do? 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. So the number that's between 3 and 7. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 1, 2, 2. So that would be 5. So my median is going to be 5. Okay, so that's my central tendency. My mean, my mode, and my median. And the last one that I didn't do was range. Okay, so I'm going to erase a little bit of this. I'm going to erase a little bit of this. My eraser is over there. Okay. I'm going to erase this part right here for San Francisco. Because I already have my thing. So, the other part of my central tendency is the range. Because remember, it's 4 parts of central tendency. It's the mean, the mode, the median, and the range. You got to remember that, because a lot of times they don't just say give you the mean, the mode, the median. They say give you the central tendency. So you'll forget a part of it, or you won't even remember a part of it. So central tendency, I'm going to put that what that means. Central tendency is the mean, the mode, the median, and the range. And the range is just the largest number minus the smallest number. Okay, our biggest number was 21. Because remember, Kansas City came back and made 21 points in the 4th quarter. And our largest number is 0. And so our range was 21. So, for our central tendency for Super Bowl 54 was, the mean was 6.3. The mode was 0, 3, and 7. And the median was 5. So, what I would like for you to do, and I want you to send this to me on a sheet of paper. You can write it on a sheet of paper. You don't have to type it up. And I want you to send it to msmathzoom at gmail.com. Msmath, MSMATH, Zoom at gmail.com. So, I have everything that you need right here. And what I expect you to do is I expect you to look up this information. If you do not remember the numbers, that you should have been taking notes. You always should take notes when you have a video that, if you have an assignment that you need to do. You always should take notes. And if you haven't taken notes, guess what? Push rewind. You should look up. I know you guys have phones. You have, well, maybe not, but you can look up the information. Well, I can tell you, but I'm not gonna write it down. The Kansas City made first quarter 3. Kansas City made second quarter 3. Kansas City made third quarter 3. And then Bucks beat they behind all the other points. I don't even know what they made, but I know they beat them bad. I might just be a Bucks fan. Sorry. But anyways, this is a central tendency. It just means the mean, the mode, the median, and the range. Range, largest number minus the smallest number. The range is a 21. You send it to msjameszoom at gmail.com. That's when you guys send the information to me. The mean, the average, add up the numbers and then divide by how many you have. You got 8 numbers. You got, because you got 4 quarters and you got 2 teams. Mode, the number that occurs the most. And there was 3 numbers that occurred the most, 0, 3, and 7. The median, the number that's in the middle. Line up the data from least to greatest and then the number that's in the middle. So, the 2 numbers that were in the middle were 3 and 7. And so I took the 3s and the 7s and then I did it again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the 5 was in the middle. If you have any questions, you can email me. Email me at msmathzoom at gmail.com if you have any questions. Thank you.